Welcome, racing fans, to motorsportsradio.net. Before we get started, I'd like to say again, with regards to folks out in New York City, after some crazy stuff happened on Tuesday. So I just want to give a shout out. We're from New York, from Long Island, so Manhattan is kind of in our backyard. Some crazy stuff out there, so I just want to give my regards for that. All right, so welcome, race fans, to motorsportsradio.net for Tuesday, November 2nd. This is Manny Allegretta, and this is the weekend edition, driver standings and this weekend's racing schedule. First, a recap of last weekend's race winners. NASCAR Camping World Truck Series winner Noah Gragson in the 18th truck, winner of the Texas Roadhouse 200, presented by Alpha Energy Solutions. First career win for Noah Gragson on Saturday, driving for Kyle Busch Motorsports. Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series winner Kyle Rowdy Busch in the 18th car, and a crazy finish, winner of the First Data 500, both races at Martinsville this past weekend. Formula One down in Mexico for the Mexican Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton, the winner, and it looks like he's going to be the world champion for Formula One. Somehow they announced it already, but the season's not over. I'm confused, but we still got two more races for Formula One, Brazil and Abu Dhabi. All right. NHRA Toyota Nationals this past weekend as well. Pro Stock winner Greg Anderson. Pro Stock motorcycle winner Eddie Krowick. Funny car winner Matt Hagen. And Top Fuel winner Terry McMillan. All right, running down the driver standings for NASCAR Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series round of 8. First through 4th place in order, it's Martin Truex Jr., Kyle Busch, Burt Keselowski, and Kevin Harvick. And 5th through 8th, it's Jimmy Johnson, Ryan Blaney, Denny Hamlin, and Chase Elliott. NASCAR Xfinity Series round of 8. First place through 4th, it's Justin Allgaier, William Byron, Elliott Sadler, and Brennan Poole. And then from 5th through 8th, it's Matt Tifft, Ryan Reed, Daniel Hemrick, and Cole Custer. NASCAR Camping World Truck Series round of 6. First place through 3rd, Christopher Bell, Johnny Sauter, Matt Crafton. And then 4th through 6th is Ben Rhodes, Austin Cindric, and John Hunter Nemechek. All right, so after a late race restart on Sunday, Chase Elliott grabs the lead and then gets wrecked after contact from Denny Hamlin. That led to an exchange of words after Sunday's race at Martinsville. Crew chief for Chase Elliott, the 2014, pointed out that the rule of engagement with Denny Hamlin has changed. Chase Elliott claims Hamlin wrecked him on purpose. He said in a TV interview after the race, well, it's just unnecessary. He also says these fans have been coming here to Martinsville for a long time, and they know when somebody gets wrecked and when somebody had a nice fight for the lead. Well, Denny Hamlin came out and apologized, and I don't think Denny Hamlin did it on purpose. Denny Hamlin says, I think he tweeted this, but he quote, I've raced nearly 10,000 races since I was 7. Today was the first time I've ever spun the leader. I regret the outcome because it was not intentional. The way it turned out, but I'm responsible for my own car and I take the blame. Nothing I say now can turn back the clock, but it's a lesson and hope that no kids out there who aspire to race thinks that's the way you should do it. It's becoming normal in our sport now, and hate that I'm now the discussion as a guilty party, but I'll move on and hope Chase, his team, and fans will accept my apology. Signed, D.H. So there you go. And Hamlin said he was just, they just kind of get into the bumper. They kind of get that car a little loose, so the car kind of moves over to the side a little bit, making enough space for you to get in there and make the pass. So that is the intentions. Unfortunately, if you pump the top bumper too hard, that sends the car in front of you spinning. So that's what you're trying to avoid. And if it was intentional wrecking, NASCAR would have gotten on that pretty swiftly. All right, now no penalties came out of this, but we have some penalties from some other teams from Sunday. Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series, the 14-team driver Clint Boyer, Stewart-Haas Racing. The 14 team got cited for an L1 penalty for violating Section 20.18.5.2 of the NASCAR rulebook, which relates to something called a TV video package. This according to NASCAR.com. So some cars have an in-car camera. If a team does not have an in-car camera, teams then have to mount a simulated weight to make up the difference. So the weight is used to fill in for the weight of the camera. Well, the 14 team did use a weight. However, the weight did not meet NASCAR specifications. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. So that's that. The In turn, the number 14 crew chief, Mike Bergowitz, has been fined $25,000 and suspended for one race. Clint Boyer finished third on Sunday in Martinsville. Also, the 14 team loses 10 driver points and 10 owner points. Two other teams, the 13 and the 19 teams, each got cited for an unsecured lug nut. Driver the 13, Ty Dillingermain Racing, and the 19, Daniel Suarez for Joe Gibbs Racing. 13 crew chief, Robert Booty Barker, and the 19 crew chief, Scott Graves, each have been fined $10,000. All right. So just a program note, we mentioned it on Sunday that after the season's over, we're going to do like some little news stuff related to motorsports, NASCAR, some Formula 1 stuff, just little quick little news updates, like 1-2 minute audio clips, if you will, to get everybody through the off season. And then February 14th, we'll return back to our in-season programming. So got a bunch of new stuff stashed away on the side. So starting the Thursday after Thanksgiving, we'll kick off our off-season programming here at motorsportsradio.net. So I just want to let everybody know about that. All right, this weekend, it's just NASCAR this weekend. NASCAR heading to the Lone Star State of Texas. Motor Speedway, 1.5 miles, oval asphalt banking at turns 1 and 2 is 20 degrees. Turns 3 and 4 is 24. NHRA and Formula 1 will return next weekend. All 3 series this weekend. So here is this weekend's racing card. Friday night, truck racing. NASCAR Campbell Truck Series Racing on Friday night at 8 o'clock on FS1 and MRN for the Jag Metals 350. Driving Hurricane Harvey Relief. 147 laps, stages 35, 35, and 77. Now we also have some Saturday night racing. NASCAR Xfinity Series racing on Saturday night, 8:30 Eastern, NBCSN and PRN for the O'Reilly Auto Parts 300. 200 laps and stages are 45, 45, and 110. Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series racing on Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock Eastern, NBCSN as well, and PRN, and this is be for the AAA Texas 500. 334 laps, stages are 85, 85, and 164. Thank you for tuning in from Long Island, New York. This is the home of motorsports news and info, motorsportsradio.net.